Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to do today's assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Google Classroom really quick. The first thing that I want you to tell you is that if you want to do your assignment for today on a piece of paper and then just take a picture of it and upload it to the assignment, that's completely fine. But if you want to do it digital, which means to do it on the computer, I'm going to show you. This is what this is, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go into Google Classroom. Once again, I'm signed in as my son so that you guys can see it the way you see it. I'm going to go into first, second period. I'm going to scroll down, go to today's assignment. Click on that. Okay, so let me exit out of that. All right, so when you first open it, you see that you have your Google Slides, which is all of your notes for tone and mood, and then you have a poetry YouTube video that I made last week for you guys, and then you have your poetry choice packet. This video is just going to give you more information about poetry. This one's going to tell you what the assignment for today is, and so on and so forth. And the poetry choice packet is basically, your choice board where it's got like names of different poems, and you click on one and it'll take you to a website that has that poem. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a minute. All right, when you scroll up, you see that you don't have anything here, so you need to add or create a document. So for the Blackout Poetry, you're going to hit add or create, and you're going to go into Google Slides. Now, I tried doing it with Google Docs, but I couldn't find a way to do Blackout Poetry on Google Docs, so we're going to do it on Google Slides. Okay, so I'm going to hit Google Slides, and it's going to start creating my Google Slide document for me. Okay, so when you first open it up, this is what it's going to look like. It should have your first and last name and today's date. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make it, like a regular paper size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, click File, then you're going to scroll down to where it says Page Setup. Then click on Page Setup, and then this little window is going to pop up, and you're going to click on here, and you're going to scroll down to where it says Custom. Click on Custom. Then here you're going to change the settings. So regular paper size is 8.5 and then by 11. Okay, so these are the measurements that you need to put. For width, it's 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Okay, then you're going to hit apply. So now you're going to have kind of like a Google document sized paper. Okay, so I'm going to take this text box out. Let's see. Here we go. Click on that, hit backspace to delete it, and then delete this one also. And the only reason I'm doing that is, because the fonts on there are like pretty big. So I'm going to come over here where it has this little T, and if you hover over it, it says text box. So I'm going to click on that. Sorry, I'm going to click on that, make sure it's highlighted. And I'm going to start at the very top of my paper, and I'm going to create a box that goes all the way down. Okay, then I'm going to let go. Now I'm ready to put in my poem in there. All right, so let me go back into my assignment board. So I'm going to hit my assignment. I'm going to choose a poem from the choice board here. So I'm going to click on here. And let's just say I picked this one, Alone by Maya Angelou. So it's going to take me to the website where I can find the poem. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll down. This is Maya Angelou. Gives you a little information about her. Anyways, so now what I want to do, exit out of that. What I want to do is I want to highlight the text so that I can copy it onto my document. So I highlight it all, and you can either, on your keyboard, you can hit Control-C, or you can right-click and select Copy. Okay, once you've done that, come back over here to your Google Slides. Then you can put insert, no, sorry, just put right-click on your mouse and then hit paste. Oh, hold on. Try this again. There we go. Okay, so I don't need all this space right here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this space right here so that I can have enough room for the entire poem. Okay. You don't need to put, well, you do. I want you to leave that stuff there. Okay, so this is my poem now. It's called Alone by Maya Angelou. And if you can't really see it because it's too small, then you need to go ahead and change the zoom in your oops, sorry. You can always change your zoom right here with this magnifying glass that has a little plus sign. You can always change it to like 100%. That way you can actually see everything, okay? But for the purpose of this tutorial, I am doing it at 50% or smaller because I want you guys to see the overall, okay? So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to highlight all of your content in there, and I want you to put it at a different color. So you're going to come up here on your toolbar where it says text color, which is the A. Click on that and select a light or medium dark gray. Go ahead and select dark gray 1. Okay, so you can see that I can actually see it even with the white background, but because I'm going to change my background to a black, I am going to I need to be able to have it in a color that I can see it, because if I leave it at black, I won't be able to see where my text is at. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here to okay, so I'm going to deselect that. Okay, so when I click on my text, it's highlighted right in blue. Okay, I want you to click outside of the box. Okay, so it unselects the text. Now I'm going to have this available background, because if I have the text selected, I don't have that option. Okay, so click outside of your document and then you'll have the background. So hit background and I want you to choose black. Okay, and then hit done. And there you go. Now you have a black background. Okay, now the next thing I want you guys to do is I want you to create, I want you to go ahead and look for the words that that relate to the tone and mood of the poem. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and try to do this as fast as I can. And basically, let me show you. So some words would be like, because I don't really want to show you the answers for this one, for this poem, because it's already on your choice board and I don't want you guys doing well, copying me basically. So I'm not going to go ahead and look for tone and mood. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do the assignment. Okay, so let's just say that I don't need this right here, right? So I am going to go ahead and put it in black color, and then I'm going to go excuse me. So any words or any phrases that don't have anything to do with the tone and mood, you're going to just put them on black color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. Let me zoom in a little bit so that I can see better what I'm doing. Go here, black, here, black. Okay, so remember that I'm not doing it the right way. I'm just kind of just doing random stuff. So if you try to copy me, and by the time I check your assignment for this poem, it's not going to be correct. So don't try to copy me here. Okay. Okay, so you see how I'm blacking out all the unneeded words that don't relate to tone and mood, okay? So all the diction that I don't need in here, I am just basically getting rid of it. Okay, oops. Okay, black that out. Okay, I'm just about finished, and geez, now that I'm looking at it, this is such a depressive poem. All right, so now I'm done. I am going to go ahead and zoom out so you guys know what it looks like. So this is what your poem should look like, okay? It's just like a whole bunch of like random words on there. And these are all words that give the connotation to what the author feels like, and then how all of those words make you feel like, remember the mood, okay? So the next thing you want to do is you can actually choose to center this. So you can come up here and you can put it in the center, right? And then it'll put it on the center. But that's your choice. Anyways, the next thing that I want to do is I want to add an image on here because I want it to be able to represent, I want to have an image that represents the tone and the mood of the poem. So what I want to go ahead and do is deselect my text, and I want to go ahead and come up here where it says insert, click insert, and then hit image, and you're going to search the web. Okay. So now I have this right here, and I am going to put, let's see, sad. I feel like the tone might be a little sad. Sad, and then I'm going to put PNG, basically because when you put PNG, the images are actually transparent and they won't go on top of your text. Okay, so hit enter, and let's see what kind of stuff comes up here. You can put anything like that. If you see something different, if you feel like something else would represent this poem, maybe a lonely person PNG, hit enter. Okay, here's some more pictures. better pictures actually than the ones that from before. So then you just go ahead and find something that you think fits the poem. And let's just say that I put this one. So I'm going to hit that one and it says one selected, and then you're going to go ahead and click insert. Okay, so now you have your image inserted. What you want to go ahead and do is resize that. Okay. Then let's go ahead and format options. And I should be able to, okay, where it says adjustments, I can go over here where it says transparency, and I can make it transparent. If you can see that. Do you see that? And I can make it as big as I want. Typically, you want it to be as big as the poem because that's what Blackout Poetry really is. You know, it's like this whole big picture on there with like in the background. Okay. Another option that you can do is, let's go ahead and deselect that. Excuse me. You go into insert image, search the web. You can always hit in your search bar, you can also put like transparent. Let's put PNG transparent. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I don't like this one. Let's go back here. Okay, let's see what this does. Insert. Okay, so you can see that some of these images, when you hit transparent, the images are actually don't have a background, it's just the picture. So that's what happens whenever you put transparent on your search bar. Okay, so now I can put it on there, and I can still put this towards the back and change the transparency. Okay, so for example, I can go over here to format and format options. Make sure that your picture is selected, okay, so that the computer knows what it needs to be formatting. Okay, so remember, you can come up here where in this format options menu, click on adjustments, and then you can hit the transparency on here. Okay. If you don't want it to be so transparent, maybe you want it to be full color. Well, instead of doing the transparency, you can also go to position and you can send it to the back. Let me see. Oh, I thought it was there. Maybe you can't do it with this one. Let me see. I know there's got to be something here. Okay, well, I guess you can't do it, but let me see. Okay, well, I guess, sorry guys, I thought I could do it here, but I don't want to be wasting your time. So I'm pretty sure there's a way to take this image to the background, like to take it to the back. I just can't figure it out right now. But if you find a way to do it, go ahead and do that. If you can't, don't even, break your head doing it. Just go ahead, go to adjustments and go to transparency, and then just kind of put it transparent. So we're like, you can still see the image, but you can also still see the words that are on there, okay? So if I deselect it here and go back into my zoom, let's go to 100, I can still see the words on there. Do you see that? So this is called Blackout Poetry, and all of these words, or the diction in here, the author's choice of words, is basically words that relate to the tone and the mood of the poem. And then the background image is basically what you feel represents the poem. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come back out here. I'm going to go ahead and go to fit so that I can see my overall project done. Okay, once you are done, remember that Google saves everything in your drive. Okay, it says so right here. Every change you make is automatically saved in Drive. The last edit was seconds ago. Okay, so I don't have to, go to file or save as, because really there's no option. We've already talked about this in one of my tutorials. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is go ahead and exit out of that, because it's saved. I don't need this poem right here, this website. Go ahead and exit out of that. And I'm going to go back into my assignment. And you can see here that my assignment has already been added on there. So if I were to click on it, I should have my assignment already finished. And there you have it. Okay, so now I'm ready to turn it in. So I'm going to exit out once again, and I am ready to turn in. Hit turn in, and you're done. All right, guys, I hope that this tutorial kind of helped you guys on how to do Blackout Poetry digitally. If you don't want to do it this way, you can always just do it on a piece of paper. If you don't have a printer at home, just rewrite the poem and do it your way. Just make sure that it looks, that your project looks somewhat similar to what is on your Google Slides, on the very last Google slide, okay, which is this one right here. So you might want to have some colors or markers or anything like that to black out and leave only the words that relate to the tone and mood of the poem. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please send me any questions to the Remind app, or shoot me an email, or insert your private comments here, so that you can ask me a question directly through Google Classroom. All right, guys. All right, hope you guys have an awesome Monday. And once again, there is no work for Tuesday. Wait until Wednesdays, and then all of this Mondays and Tuesdays work is due on Monday of next week. All right, guys, so please don't procrastinate. Do it right now so you don't have to worry about it later. All right? Okay. Go ahead and stop sharing.